Broadcasting live from the Business Radio X studios in Pensacola, Florida, it's time for Pensacola Business Radio. Now, here are your Business Radio X hosts.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Keith over here. We're going to try this for a second time. Our system just dropped out, but we are broadcasting live from Pensacola in our studios down here in downtown Pensacola. And I have on the other side of our computer lines here, I have Alex and Joyce, who are both here to share their business stories and experience with us today. So welcome, both of you.
Thanks so much.
So if you wouldn't mind, please introduce yourselves. And Alex, please go ahead and start with you.
Hi, this is Alex Talcott calling from up in New Hampshire. I work for Seacoast Financial Planning. I'm a managing partner here. We have offices in New Hampshire and Boston on the North Atlantic Seacoast, and are also privileged to have clients down in Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, and 40 other states. And we have a wealth management practice, comprehensive family and small business, financial planning, and we also have a complementary tax services practice and estate planning too. So enjoy working with people locally and virtually, and always great to make new friends across the country.
Great. Well, thank you very much for being here. We appreciate it.
Sure thing.
Okay, Miss Joyce, it's all you.
Hi, I'm Joyce Wheeler. I'm from Louisiana, and I have been formulating skincare products since 2011. I started my business, Heavenly Bodies, in 2012. I am certified to formulate skincare products using organic ingredients. So I am looking to work with some estheticians virtually, which is totally possible. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can go to my website, hborganicskincare.com, and just look me up. Be happy to work with you.
Well, great. Well, we are glad you're here. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so Alex, talk to me about the worldwide takeover that it sounds like you guys are in the middle of.
Hardly. Really just trying to be like a one-stop shop for busy professionals and busy everybody. You know, these days we've kind of responded to the feedback of people that, you know, why do I have to have a stockbroker guy and a insurance guy or gal and kind of like all these different people. And we realized that we wanted to be more than just a strong Rolodex for people and to say, hey, I got someone for you, and give them a business card or, you know, maybe a lukewarm introduction by way of email. That really wasn't good enough for us because we were finding that clients weren't always following up to the 100% level that we really wanted them to. And we really genuinely care about our people having all their ducks in a row. So we found by being able to loop people in under the umbrella of Seacoast, that was a brand that people really were responding well to. For people who visited us in an office, sometimes we'd be able to grab somebody on the fly and loop them in or get them on a call. And, you know, that was just really helping people get the job done. And to your point of the global takeover, you know, we have this Seacoast brand where we're so proud of our local communities up here in the Northeast. But I said to a partner recently, you know, the worst case scenario is we wind up like Southwest Airlines. And I don't know about you, but I've flown Southwest Airlines from Boston to Chicago, and you know, neither of those places are in the Southwest, but that doesn't stop me from getting on the plane. So,
yeah, that's the truth.
I idea that maybe we'll outgrow the name of our team, but that people will be quite all right with it.
So, how did you? So, I guess a couple questions really. Your ideal client, you know, what does that look like? And then, how did you guys decide that it needed to be the one-stop shop as opposed to having individual, you know, people to do those individual pieces of the job?
Yeah, we found that it was by having some kind of similar branding, it just really occurred to people that, all right, their job's not done. You know, once they've opened that IRA or once they've followed up on some investment recommendations, and you know, that all this other stuff that they have to do is part of their overall financial health, really their holistic financial well-being. So we found by having the common branding that, you know, it really helped people kind of see these to-dos as, you know, as one and the same. So, and they know full well that we work together, we work hand in hand with these other professionals. sometimes with their permission, we're able to have some conversations offline so we can be as prepared as possible for those people. So it's been kind of in response to client demand and also in anticipation and recognition and respect of their very busy lives. We're a little bit different than some other teams of approximately 13, where of those 13, 8 are financial advisors. We manage about $400 million in assets. Typically, once a group grows to that size, they start having fairly robust account minimums of $100,000 or $250,000 investable. We have no investment minimums whatsoever, and that's not just as favor clients, the children and grandchildren of larger clients. We've had really great experiences taking good care of people who have grown with us over time. Our team tends to be relatively young. We tend to be late 30s, early 40s. So we have young families. We like to work with people who are just like us, or people who maybe have had a financial professional retire on them already, and they don't want to have that happen again. So a lot of us on the team are kind of in that sweet spot of, we're not retiring tomorrow by any means. We got a few more decades in the business, but we have a few decades under our belts professionally, so we're ready to go for them.
Very neat. So since you guys are all one-stop shop, what does that really include? What kind of services are you guys offering?
Yeah, so we work with clients 3 different ways, I'd say. There are those clients who really are just kind of having their first account or so, and we'll certainly help them have the best possible investments with a very large platform. One thing that we do, sort of taking a step back, since we spend so much of our time working with accountants, I actually teach accounting at the University of New Hampshire, and I'm an attorney by trade who took tax law in law school. And so really knowing the right kinds of accounts for people in the first place, not only what to hold in it that has outstanding performance, is really fee conscious and in alignment with their risk tolerance and goals. Having the right accounts in the first place is a really important piece of advice. So yeah, for some people, it's account only asset management. For our typical client, we have financial planning. We're taking into account their cash flow, their protection needs, protecting what they already have, not just worrying about growing the pot, and having some sort of an advice relationship where we're meeting some number of times a year, either in person and or virtually. And then that third level is for some of our wealthier clients or business consulting services who really need that kind of concierge service, maybe boardroom treatment, in terms of having multiple people across different professions looped in semi-regularly to get the job done for them. So those are our 3 levels of work with people, and it's our job to kind of help fit them, with what they're looking for.
And are you finding that people are tending to take onto this business model more so than the individual, pieces that was before?
No, we're finding that we are rather alone. There's a group in Kansas, and 1 or 2 others. There are a lot of people we find who say, "Hey, wouldn't it be great if?" And those people usually, unfortunately, get in their own way and haven't exactly pulled it off. So what we're seeing is, unfortunately, there are a lot of solo practitioners who don't have the backing of more than, part-time staff or a junior partner or something. We really haven't seen done too many other places what we are doing at Seacoast Financial Planning. And if anyone wants to see a little bit more about the core financial planning practice that we have, seacoastfinancialplanning.com will get you there. My own name, alextalcott.com, redirects to our team page. So you can see our core financial planning team, and it's the financial planners and staff that act as kind of the quarterbacks in terms of finding, when and how to loop in the attorneys and the accountants. We find that that's the best way to go.
So are you guys finding yourselves educating people more than anything else in order for them to kind of understand the benefit of what your firm is doing?
I mean, that's the best thing we can possibly do. The best thing that we can do is when we talk ourselves out of business sometime and give people that education Some people come to us, saying they want to open a 529 college savings plan for a child, or, they give the low-hanging fruit of a sale that a traditional salesperson would just say yes to. We don't say the easy yes. We really do slow people down, have those quality conversations, around a wood table with coffee or virtually, what have you. And I mean, even if somebody wants to roll over a 401k to us, again, we're slowing them down. We're having what we call a leave it or roll it conversation, really showing them the pros and cons, the advantages and disadvantages of different choices. We spend time educating people on their own employee benefits where they work and give them advice on their 401ks that they're not even in a position to move to us. So like on their outside investments, because we really like to show that we care about their wealth and their health, wherever it may lie. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, absolutely. I taught 5 college courses on 3 campuses this past fall semester. I'm teaching at the University of New Hampshire this semester, as well as our local community college. I enjoy talking to people of all ages and all levels of sophistication about, their strengths, about their concerns, what opportunities immediately present themselves as just kind of that next positive step they can take in the right direction.
So for those that are, I guess there's a couple different levels here, but for the, the rookie in the game, what are some of those steps that I should be thinking about or at least moving towards, in your opinion?
Yeah. So the Roth IRA is such an important account for people. We think that too many people are scared away from the R in IRA, the retirement aspect of it, the sense that, I don't know if I can, tie up my money just yet. Maybe I can get there. Maybe I'll be able to afford to do it soon. Our perspective at Seacoast is that you can't afford not to do it. And there's more flexibility to those accounts than most people realize. So to that R notion, rated R, retirement, which not a lot of people even use that R word. A lot of people, it's about financial independence. We have to couch it different ways for different folks. But really the money that you put into a Roth IRA, that's dual purpose dollars. You can always get your principal out. And that is without taxes, that is without penalties. And that fact is not shared enough with people. You're not tying up your money by putting it into a Roth IRA. So some people won't fight that fight or really hunker down on explaining that to clients because they figure, maybe they'll put a little in the Roth, maybe they'll put another bid into a brokerage account, and we don't really care, right? Especially if it's a commission-based business.
Right.
Well, we do care, and we really want people to know that, under most circumstances, we don't want to be opening that second account unless they're fully funding that first Roth IRA account. And to the notion that you can't afford not to do it, people need to remember that once you hit a certain income level, you're not even allowed to put money into it unless you go through some sort of a backdoor strategy. So it's kind of like the government telling you as middle-class people, hey, this is an opportunity, but it's a limited opportunity. You can only put into it up to a certain amount and only if you're at a certain income level. So the IRS raised this year the amount that you can put into a Roth IRA, $1,000, and that's the first time they increased the amount that you can put into it in about 6 years. So, hey, the government's not making it that easy for us to not pay taxes, and Roth IRAs grow tax-free and are tax-free upon withdrawal. So at Seacoast Financial Planning, we really sing the praises of the Roth IRA, like above and beyond what we see other people doing. We love it.
Right. And then for somebody who's maybe already got some money invested and maybe is a little bit more experienced in this, what's a good move that you see for them to be thinking about?
Yeah, we always, on those people who have saved money and maybe gotten some returns, we like to get real with them about how they've been doing their total return. We perform CPR on those outside accounts. We look at the cost. We see what they're paying internally, all in. We look at the performance, and we look at the risk. How much risk have they taken on to have those returns? And that's a really important thing to do for people, all three, the cost, the performance, and the risk. we see people who've been maybe rushed by HR when they start a new job. They wind up in a target date fund as their sole investment within their 401k. And that might not be in alignment with their risk tolerance. They might not be able to say how open to risk they are off the top of their heads, but we can show them some dollar numbers and some percentages, and by way of other conversation, get at, how much downside they're okay with in the name of a certain amount of upside, and to see if what they've been in at work for years and years and years is appropriate, is respectful of what they want and what they're okay with. So we find that a lot of people are in denial or aren't even aware of how their own investments are performing. As a matter of behavioral finance, it's been true that people not only underperform the market when they're do-it-yourselfers, but they underperform their own investments. That is to say, some of the stuff that they have may have been good stuff to have held at some point in the not too distant past, but people really do buy and sell at all the wrong times. So I like to think that we care about people, but we really are not emotional investment advisors.
And that's good, because that's the last thing you need in the mix with money is emotions, right? But everybody has an emotion tied to it.
Yeah, there are certain products where we find that people only ask about them if maybe the kids have been crying and keeping them up at night, and they've been subjected to some of those scare tactic commercials that are out there. At Seacoast Financial Planning, we respectfully will show that some of these different products and services exist for a reason. They're right for certain people under certain circumstances, but we never go for the quick sale in the name of a commission. We're not really a commission shop. Most of our business is that kind of more fiduciary standard, same side of the table. Our clients do better, we do better sort of arrangement. So it's partly our job to find, what is the most cost effective and appropriate relationship to have with us if we are a good fit for people.
Very good, very good. Well, if anybody's interested in getting some more information or finding out some more from you, where can we send them to?
Yeah, seacoastfinancialplanning.com. That's the website. We have a Facebook page that we keep really, really active with all sorts of articles on consumer finance, kind of articles that are out there in the mainstream or not so mainstream, and whether we think that that's an opportunity to start a conversation. I think those are the two best places. Also by phone, 603-319-8501, 603-319-8501. For clients across the country, that's a great way to introduce yourself and to start that conversation with Seacoast Financial Planning.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for being here today. It's a very interesting approach to financial planning.
Well, yeah, we're so happy to talk with somebody Florida-based, because in New Hampshire especially, we have retirees who move down there. We have snowbirds who live dual lives in both places. They're both no state income tax states, so a lot of great friends down in Florida.
Very cool. Well, it's also a lot warmer down here.
By a few multiples.
Yeah, very cool. We'll hang out for a little bit. We're gonna hear Joyce's story, and but again, thank you for being here today.
Let the good times roll.
Yeah. Okay, Joyce. So talk to me about how did you get into this?
Well, back in late 2008, 2009, my husband had gotten sick, and he was misdiagnosed, and we found out it was mercury poisoning from the amalgam fillings in his teeth. And during the research, we just started pulling up all kinds of information about how toxic our world really is. And part of that was with the beauty care industry and how loosely regulated it is, and how they're allowed to use like 8,000 different chemicals that are toxic in beauty care products. A lot of them don't have to be disclosed. They can use the term fragrance and not have to actually say what it is, but that may also be a harmful chemical. So I wanted to know what I was putting on my skin, because anything you put onto your skin absorbs into your bloodstream within 26 seconds. So I started learning about herbs, and I started making a salve. And putting together different stuff. And then from there, I just started making my own products. My husband's a truck driver. He stopped at a gas station to fuel his truck, and the woman behind the counter had some psoriasis. And he carries a salve with him, and he said, well, here, try this. The next time he went back in, she was like, where can I get that? So she started telling other people, and he started coming home and going, you've got something here. So then people in the neighborhood wanted to try my skincare products, and I let them. And so from there, it turned into a business.
Just like that, overnight, isn't it?
I wouldn't say it was overnight, but, to an extent, kind of, yeah, I guess. But, I've got a couple. None of my products have fragrances in them, not even essential oils, because so many people these days are really sensitive to any kind of fragrance. So my products are very earthy smelling. And our society is all about the senses. How does it look? How does it feel? How does it smell? If you want to taste it, that's okay too, because, what we put on our skin, we should be able to ingest. If we can't actually eat it, not that I want to eat my skincare products, but if I wanted to, I could with no worries of get physically ill. But they have a very earthy scent. So if somebody is very caught up on the fact that something has to smell good, they might be a little bit turned off by my products. But I have had some of my customers who do want a scent, and they have like essential oils into some of my products. I don't recommend that anything on the face, because essential oils can irritate the eyes. So I don't recommend that. But, some people are going to do what they want.
Right. So I would think that shouldn't everything that goes on your skin be organic? I mean, who wants to really put... it should be that way to begin with, right? I mean, that's just common sense, I would think.
Yes. Yes.
So,
yeah. And plant-based too.
Yeah. So, okay. So where does one find a recipe book for skincare organically made through, how do you figure out how to start mixing all this stuff together?
Well, see, that's the tricky part, is that there's so much information out there, and a lot of it is misinformation. For instance, when I first started, one of the things, I did get involved with, I'm trying to think of the name of it, where I was learning about herbs, where there were actually herbalists in this group, and a lot of them were in there, have been herbalists for like 30 years. So they were very accredited in what they were doing. But some of the recipes I got were from like bloggers or on Pinterest. And the problem with that is, like, they were saying that vitamin E is a natural preservative, and it's not. It will help oils to not go rancid, but it's not a natural preservative. So if you have any kind of water-based ingredients, aloe vera or hydrosol, and you use vitamin E, you're still risking the chance that it's going to go. It's not going to be preserved. It's going to go bad.
So, when you've gotten all this stuff mixed together, did you have to send it off to some agency to stamp it with approval and stuff? And then how do you get it into the stores?
No, most of us who are formulating our skincare products at home are not doing that. When I did take a course to formulate and was giving tools like pH strips and different tools to use to be able to make sure that my products were safe for use. As far as getting them out into the stores, it's just a matter of, first off, I'm not about big business. I'm not about getting I don't want my products in Target. I don't want them in Walmart. I would prefer to, like I said in the beginning, to deal with estheticians or to deal with small boutiques. I'm all about the small business person. Those are the people that I want to deal with. So getting them in, it's just a matter of approaching businesses and, ask them if they'll go ahead and carry the product. And I pretty much do that one-on-one. There's also shows. We did go to one show. Didn't have a whole lot of luck there, but people were able to buy products, and we did have people. Our soothing staff is like our number one seller. So we had people coming back just to buy the soothing salve. We did have one place in Dolphin Island, Alabama, that they carry our soothing salve. So yeah, it's just a matter of getting yourself out there.
And do you guys sell all the rest of your stuff like on the web? Is it all internet based?
Yeah, it's pretty much internet based. I do sell at 2 local farmers markets here in Louisiana.
Okay. And so, I guess what's the typical, like, what kind of products do you have, and I guess what's the typical cost of them for a consumer?
I'm really glad you asked that, because part of my branding is that my products are cruelty-free, only certified organic ingredients, and that they're budget-friendly. My husband, my eye and face cream that I formulated, when he started comparing what people, and I have a half-ounce size and I have a 4-ounce size. And when he started looking at the prices that other people are charging for the products, he's like, do you know how much you can get for that? And I was like, yeah, I do. But I feel that everybody has the right to a good quality product without it raping their pocketbook. So I do have a couple packages that we put together. So we started out with our basic products, which were the soothing salve was the first, then the eye and face cream, and then we have 2 scrubs, a nighttime scrub and a daytime scrub. So those we packaged up to where you can get the trial size, and that's like $30 for the 4 of those. And then the 4-ounce size for those together, that's $58. And basically what's happening is you're getting a product for free if you go on the website and look at the individual pricing of each product. So it's not a bad deal. And then from there, when I went and I took the course to formulate, it was an esthetician who was teaching the course, and she would give us a recipe, and then we took whatever ingredients we wanted and we put those together. So I have some other products that stem from that, which is my Versatile, and it's called Versatile because it's a mild makeup remover. It's a moisturizing cleanser, and it can also be used as a hair conditioner. So that's that one, which I love. It's one of my favorites, and it's excellent for dry skin, just excellent. And then also my eye serum that came out of that, and my oil cleanser. With the oil cleanser, when I took the course, was a really scary thing for me because I do have oily skin. So I'm thinking, why do I want to put oil onto my skin when my skin's already oil? But in fact, what the oil does is it'll pull the dirt. It'll remove the dirt from the skin, and it will cleanse the skin. And the oils actually are oils that will penetrate the skin and actually moisturize and feed the skin, so you don't have an oily, greasy feeling on your face at all. I call it refresh because it's very clean and very refreshing. So let me see which other one. The Soothe and Cleanse. And there's the thing about when you get into doing this kind of business, there's so many other businesses out there. You have to make yourself stand out. So what I've done is I have 2 unique ingredients in my products. The first one is kombucha. Are you familiar with kombucha?
I am. I actually was just introduced to that earlier this week. It's funny you mentioned that. So yes, I just had my first drink on Sunday.
I see it. How did you like it?
It was a little weird at first, but I think it's growing on me.
I always say kombucha is like the Grateful Dead. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
If you like it or you don't like it.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to put it.
I brew my own kombucha, and I also sell that at the farmer's market, too. So what I've done is I have fermented all the sugar out of the kombucha. For those who don't know, kombucha is a fermented tea, is what it is. So I've fermented all the sugar out, and I actually incorporated it into my Versatile, into my eye and face cream, and then into my Soothing Cleanse. I did research for 5 hours on kombucha and the benefits for the skin, and it regenerates skin cells very quickly. And also the good bacteria that's in the kombucha kills off any bad bacteria. So it's excellent. So instead of Neosporin, I've got it in a spray. I just, like I said, fermented all the sugar out of the kombucha, and then I infused it with plantain. And plantain, it's not the banana-looking thing. Plantain is actually a very low-growing weed, which commonly grows around water spigots, and it grows pretty much so all over the United States. So, and that's an astringent. So that's going to go ahead and it's going to pull anything out that doesn't, bacteria or venom, great for mosquito bites and these things and whatnot. And then I just added, now that's the only one I did add essential oils to. And I've gotten a few drops of tea tree oil in there because tea tree oil is antiseptic. But that's like another one. And then we did do a couple of pet products. We've got a salve that we did for dogs for hot spots. And then we have a dog shampoo that we've done. And then we do have a small line of our essential oils, but we don't distill them. We actually purchased from another company. We just have our label on it. But we do have one. It's called Breath of Life that my husband actually put together himself for his allergies and his asthma because he doesn't want to use his inhaler all the time. So he did that one. So that's really great for the respiratory system. But I also find it very calming and relaxing because after he blends it together, it's like the house will smell like it for a couple of hours. And I just kind of like, oh, that smells nice.
Very neat. Very neat.
Great. So that's pretty much our product line right now. I'm always looking to grow. Oh, and I did I have 2 bath salts that I have too.
Okay. So when you said you were looking for estheticians to do work with, how does that work for you? Because you said you could do virtually, and so what are you looking to do?
What I'm looking to do in the way of estheticians is formulate skincare products specifically for their clients. So they have a client who comes in and she's got this issue. She's got various, maybe broken capillaries and, some other issues she's dealing with. And she's got this in particular skin tone and she's this skin type. Because there's a difference between skin tone and skin type. And not everybody's skin is agreeable to all ingredients. Say, for instance, if somebody's prone to acne, you don't want to use coconut oil, you don't want to use olive oil, you don't want to use avocado oil because that's going to exacerbate the condition. So you have to use certain ingredients. So I am capable. When I did take the course, one thing I had to do was take a 2-part test. And in the second half of the test, I had 3 fictional clients that I had to formulate a whole skincare regimen for all 3 of them, which I really enjoyed a lot doing. I love to formulate. I love helping people. And I'd love to, see people do things naturally. Let's go back to the way, we need to do things, and everything here is given to us, so let's use it. I want to talk briefly about the second unique aspect of my products,
sure.
And that is, and this is going to seem a little weird for some people who don't get this whole thing, but I use this mineral called shungite, and it's a mineral that comes from Russia. And it's in the carbon family. It said to contain all the medicinal properties and all the energies of all the crystals. So everything around us is energy. We all have a vibration of frequency. So what I've done is I've infused all of my liquids with shungite energy. So say, for instance, if you come to my house, you look at my kombucha, it's got shungite nuggets in it. My oil that I use for making my salve, it has shungite nuggets in it. Everything that's liquid has shungite nuggets in it. So that's the second. And actually, a lot of my clients come to me because of the shungite.
Really? So so what does that do? What does the shungite do?
Well, it energizes. It gives energy. It changes the. Trying to think of the right word to say. It kind of changes the makeup of the ingredient. It heightens it.
Okay.
It is what it's doing. So it's giving. Plus, it's giving energy. You're putting energy in it, so you can program crystals and shungite with an intention. So I can say to the shungite, that I wanted to aid my products in making the skin more elasticity.
Right.
Is that a word?
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So,
okay.
So if anybody's interested in taking a look at all these products and stuff, where can we send them to?
They can go to hborganicskincare.com.
Okay. You said HB?
Yes.
Okay.
H like in Henry, B like in boy, organicskincare.com.
Great. And obviously you do shipping all over the U.S. Do you do outside of the country?
No, international. No, we looked at that and we don't totally understand it. And it doesn't qualify for that. Plus, it's really pricey.
Yeah, that it is.
Basically within the United States, any orders over $15, we get free shipping on. We have a flat rate shipping rate of, I think it's like $3.52 flat rate. I think is what it is, $3.52. It's free something.
Okay. Well, very good. Well, thank you for being on today and sharing all this with us. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I'll tell you what, guys, let me get us out of here and then stay on the line. I've got some other stuff to go over when we get done. So hang tight. And again, thank you both, Alex and why am I just drawing a blank? Joyce, for being here today. And I hope you guys wish you well on your business adventures. And it looks like you're both knee-deep into your industries and got a good grip on what's going on. And I like to see the fact that both of you are doing something different for your verticals. And I think that's very neat. And it's always intriguing to me when people are ready to disrupt the norm. So congratulations. And again, thank you all for being here.
Likewise.
All right, hang tight. All right, I want to thank everybody for listening today. My name's Keith Hilbert. This has been Pensacola Business Radio. You can find us at Picola RadioX on Twitter, Picola BRX on Facebook. You can find us on LinkedIn at businessradioxstudios.pensacola, or you can find us on Instagram at Pensacola Business Radio, or on our websites at businessradiox.com, or on our live feed at businessradiox.live. If you are interested in being a guest on Business Radio X, please visit either one of our sites or our social media sites to find a link to book your appearance. This has been Pensacola Business Radio, where business is good and your work matters.